German has 4 different cases. It has nominative case, accusative case, dative case, and genitive case. And each case basically performs a different function. So in a sentence, each part of the sentence, maybe for instance the nouns here, are in a different case because they perform different roles in different sentences. Okay, so I've got 6 different sentences here to show you the difference between 2 of those cases. So I've got a nominative case, remember that one's telling us the subject, and the accusative case, which is telling us the direct object in the sentence. Okay, so the thing that is directly affected by the action of the verb. The first thing I'd like you to do is copy down these sentences and see if you can identify the subject and the direct object in each sentence. There may not be a direct object in all of the sentences. Pause the video and press play once you've done that. Okay, so hopefully you've done that, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pen and I am going to show you the subjects in each sentence. So for the first sentence, we've got der Ball ist bunt. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to work out my subject. How do I do that? Well, I look for my verb first. So I've got my verb here, ist. What matches with ist? What is multicolored? Well, it's der Ball. So that's my subject. Okay. In the second sentence, ich habe den Ball. Okay. So where's my verb? Is habe. Who's doing the having? Well, I am. It's not the ball. Ich habe den Ball. That's the subject. Okay. And you should be able to see a pattern with the other sentences as well. So just to speed things up, I'm just going to underline the different subjects. So we've got subject, 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 subject here. Okay, and just to make that a little bit more clearer, I'm going to include the verb in those ones as well so that you can see they go together. Okay, right, so next thing we need to have a look at is these direct objects. Okay, so a direct object is something that is directly affected by the action of the verb. So in the first pair of sentences, der Ball ist bunt und ich habe den Ball, we are going to look at the second one. So ich habe den Ball. I have the ball. Okay, so in that sentence, what's directly affected by the verb? What is had? Well, it's the ball. Okay, so the ball, den Ball. So I'm just gonna do a wavy line here to show that that's my direct object. Okay, direct object. Let's skip to the next one. So we're talking about the cat. Die Katze ist schwarz. The cat is black. Ich sehe die Katze. I see the cat. So in that sentence, ich sehe die Katze, we've got our subject, ich sehe. What's the object I see? What is being affected by my looking, by my seeing something? Well, it's die Katze, the cat. That's the thing that I am looking at. Do my wavy line, direct object, okay. And in my third one, I've got das Baby ist niedlich, the baby is cute, and ich sehe das Baby, I see the baby. So again, let's have a think. What's directly affected by me looking at something? What am I seeing? I am seeing the baby. So I'm looking at the baby, D-O, direct object. Okay, so one of the ways in which case is marked on a noun is by changing the article that precedes it. So by that, I mean the words for the change depending on the gender of each word. So you should be able to see that one of the words for the has changed in these pairs because of the accusative case. Can you see which one it is? Yeah, you're right. It is the masculine. Okay, so den. Der words go to den in the accusative case. Feminine words, so die, the, they stay the same. Die. There's no change in the word for the. And it's the same case for das. See, it's das there. And it would be the same if we had a plural example on here as well. So, in short, all we need to remember for the accusative case is that when the thing I'm talking about is the direct object in the sentence, if it's masculine, I need to change the word for the, from der to den. Now that is going to be the same for words for a and for words like my, your, his, her, and its. I'm going to show you that now. So this board is going to illustrate the difference between the two cases, so nominative and accusative, when we're using the words for the and the words for a. Okay, so in the previous board, we were just looking at the words for the, but now I've added in the words for a, which coincidentally, you just follow this pattern as well if you're going to be talking about my, your, his, her. So for instance, if it was my, all I'd be doing is putting M in front of it for meinen, and it basically follows the same pattern as this, okay? But we're not going to worry about that for now. So just to quickly talk you through these two tables. So here we've got the nominative versions of the. So remember, nominative cases if I'm talking about the subject. So the cat is black, die Katze ist schwarz. And then if those things are the direct object in the sentence, those are the forms I'm using. And it's exactly the same if I'm translating the word a. So what I've done is I've put some examples for you to have a go at on the board below. Now, if you're a bit stuck, the first thing to do, you're going to have to work out, first of all, which role each thing is playing in the sentence. So find the verb, find the direct object. There is a verb and there is a direct object in each of these sentences, okay? Secondly, you're going to have to work out the gender of the nouns that are in these sentences, because the gender is going to help you work out which of these you need to use. And helpfully, I have forgotten to put the genders on, so let's just add them. So we've got masculine, feminine, neuter, and we've got plural, and that's running all the way across. So we've got masculine, feminine, neuter, and plural there. Okay, so all you need to do is do that, and then you'll be able to fill in the gaps. Okay, so look at the gender of the nouns, work out whether you want to go for the or a. Maybe you could write in both. And then down here, got something slightly harder. So this is a translation. So you're using these skills here that you've practiced for accusative case as well as your translation skills. Okay, so pause the video, have a go, and when you come back, the answers will be on the board. So here are your answers. Notice here I've given you two options, so it just depends on what you went for, how you wanted to translate it. So if you went for ich habe den Bruder, I have the brother, it sounds a little bit weird, but it makes grammatical sense. And then ich habe einen Bruder, I have a brother. The second one, isst den Käse or isst einen Käse. The difference there is just he eats the cheese or he eats a cheese. Again, you can decide which one sounds best for you. Wir lesen das Buch, wir lesen ein Buch. We read the book or we read a book. And then lastly, we've got a question, hast du den Kuli? Have you got the pen? Or hast du einen Kuli? Have you got a pen? Then we've got our translations down here. So der Apfel ist grün. The apple is green. Hat einen Apfel. He has an apple. Der Film ist fantastisch. The film is fantastic. Wir gucken den Film. We watch the film. Now down here, some of you might have put wir sehen den Film. That's okay. Doesn't really make that much difference. Again, it's just little tiny differences in translation, but sometimes they make all the difference. Okay. So what else did I need to say about this? Yeah, so what we've got here, we've just got an illustration again of the difference between nominative case, which is what we use to describe the subject in a sentence, and that is shown down here. So the apple is green. What is being green? The apple. Okay, it's describing the subject. Then the accusative is talking about the direct object in the sentence. So in the second bit, hat einen Apfel. What does he have? He has an apple. So the apple is what is being had by the person. Okay, I hope that was useful. If you want anything else like this, please do email me. And stay safe, everybody. See you soon.